Hare Krishna. We are in the fourth chapter of Bhagwat Gita as it is, and today's verse is verse number 22. Bhagwat Gita is the fifth Ved and it gives us the knowledge of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, about all the living beings and their eternal relationship with the Supreme Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, we come to know that there are 84 lakhs of species, and amongst them, the human life is only restricted to 4 lakhs. And we humans are extremely blessed that we are in the human form of body, in which we can study about the ultimate aim of human life, which is God realization and self-realization, and then aspire to get free from the endless cycle of birth and death. Often we human beings fail to value our life because we don't have the knowledge about the aim of human life, which cannot be achieved in any other species. The 4 main problems of life are common in every form of species, and these problems are birth, old age, disease, and death. No one has the power to stop these problems. If we think deeply and ask ourselves that after leaving this present body, do we really know where are we going to go and which body we are going to get? Death is absolutely sure, and so is birth. And in between birth and death, there is old age and disease, which has to be suffered by each and every one. It's only Bhagavad Gita which teaches us to do the right kind of actions so that we may get liberated from the endless cycle of birth and death and live eternally in our real self, that is, in our spiritual body, which never gets subjected to birth, old age, disease, and death, which is compulsory in this material body. Krishna is teaching us through Arjun the correct way of doing work so that we may do all our prescribed duties and never get trapped in the vicious cycle of birth and death. Bhagavad Gita teaches us that only human beings are privileged to choose their actions, and all the other species simply continue doing their actions as programmed by Krishna. But human beings have the choice of choosing their way of action, either as Krishna is guiding or in our own way. And we must realize this, that why is Krishna guiding us? And then only we will follow his instructions given in Bhagavad Gita. And just in case we don't follow the instructions of Bhagavad Gita, which is as good as insulting and disrespecting Krishna, then we will be caught like a spider gets caught in its own web. Now let us start today's verse by reciting the verse number 22 of chapter number 4. Yat ichha labh santushto dvandatito vimatsarah samah siddhau asiddhau cha kritvapi na nibadhyate. Yat ichha labh santushto dvandatito vimatsarah samah siddhau asiddhau cha kritvapi na nibadhyate. Yat ichha, out of its own accord, labh, gain, santushtah, satisfied, dvandh, duality, atitah, surpassed, vimatsarah, free from envy, tamah, steady, siddhau, in success, asiddha, failure, cha, also, kritva, doing, api, although, na, never, nibadhyate, is affected. Krishna is saying that one who is satisfied with gain which comes of its own accord, and one who is free from the duality and does not envy anyone, who is steady both in success and failure, and is never entangled, although performing all kinds of actions. Krishna is saying that he who is satisfied with the gain which comes on its own accord, for which he does not have to do any extra efforts, and such a person who is free from all duality and does not envy, and is steady both in success and failure, never gets entangled, although he is performing all his actions. Now let us read the purport of Srila Prabhupada and understand the shloka very nicely. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Anant Koti Vaishnavon ki jai. Srila Prabhupada is saying that a Krishna conscious person does not make much endeavor or efforts even to maintain his body. He is satisfied with the gains which are obtained of their own accord. He neither begs nor borrows, but he labors very honestly as far as is in his power, and is satisfied with whatever is obtained by his own honest labor. He is therefore independent in his livelihood. In today's verse, Krishna is telling us the qualities of a Krishna conscious person. Srila Prabhupada says that a Krishna conscious person never makes too much of efforts to earn money for his own comforts, but he works very sincerely and with full dedication and abilities, and he knows fully well that Krishna will give him what he deserves, and by this thought he is completely satisfied and peaceful. This is truly known as do your work and leave the rest. Do your best and leave the rest. A Krishna conscious person knows that the result of any work is not in his hands because it depends on the past karma. And the only thing that is in his hand is to work. So he works very nicely, very enthusiastically, giving his 100% abilities, and then he does not become anxious about the result because he knows whatever Krishna will give him, it will be surely the best for him. So a Krishna conscious person is always peaceful and satisfied. Srila Prabhupada says that a Krishna conscious person does not allow anyone's service to hamper his own service in Krishna consciousness. However, for the service of the Lord, he can participate in any kind of action without being disturbed by the duality of this material world. The duality of this material world is felt in terms of heat and cold, misery and happiness. A Krishna conscious person is above all these dualities because he does not hesitate to act in any way for the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, he is steady both in success and in failure. These are the signs visible when a person has the full knowledge of Krishna consciousness. Let us understand this by the example of a Krishna conscious person and a materially conscious person. A materially conscious person gives priority to his material work, and if in case he finds time after doing his material work, then would attend the Krishna conscious activities or would do some personal service to his Laddu Gopal by bathing, dressing, decorating, and preparing bhog, and attending various festivals like Krishna Janmashtami, Radha Janmashtami, or Balaram's appearance day, or Gaur-Nitai's appearance day. But a Krishna conscious person does all his material duties with full enthusiasm and labors very hard. But if he has to attend Krishna Janmashtami or Radha Ashtami or Gaur Nitai festival or the appearance day of his Guru Maharaj, then he will surely give priority to Krishna conscious activities. And for this, if he has to take leave from his material work, he will not hesitate. Rather, he will do it willingly because he is not caught in his material work. He does his material work only to keep his body and soul together and to maintain his family so that they may together continue serving Krishna by all means. For a Krishna conscious person, material work is only for the maintenance of the body so that the body is healthy to serve Krishna and carry on all the Krishna conscious activities. And a Krishna conscious person knows that Krishna is his ultimate maintainer. So why fear of losing any material job? This way, he is completely fearless and continues doing all his material activities without getting disturbed about the losing or having any kinds of losses. And he continues doing all his Krishna conscious activities with full enthusiasm and full love for Krishna. So this is the difference between the thoughts of a materially conscious person and a Krishna conscious person. A materially conscious person works very hard for his and his family wish fulfillment, and a Krishna conscious person also works hard to make Krishna happy. Further, Srila Prabhupada says that a Krishna conscious person never gets disturbed by the so-called dualities of the world. He knows that there are always uncertainties in this material world. If there is success, then there is failure too. If there is happiness, then there is sadness also. If there is nice and pleasant weather, then there is extreme heat also. So these dualities of this material world has an effect on the materially conscious person. But such dualities doesn't affect a Krishna conscious person because his main focus is to make Krishna happy. So he never gets disturbed by the dualities of success, failure, happiness, sadness, or heat and cold. He continues to serve like a military man and doesn't stop his services at any situation or at any cost. He feels privileged and blessed by serving Krishna while doing all his material duties. We must always remember that Krishna did not permit Arjun to quit fighting and to go to Himalayas to lead a life of a Brahmin by meditating and by begging. Rather, Krishna instructed Arjun to fight not for the happiness of his own self, but for the satisfaction and happiness of Krishna. And by doing so, Arjun will not be responsible. Rather, Krishna will take all the responsibility. This is known as do your best and leave the rest. Now we must understand that why Krishna is teaching us through Arjun, so that we also develop these qualities and do all our prescribed duties and remain calm and peaceful and never become envious and jealous of anyone and be poised in both happiness, sadness, success, and failure. And by following these principles, we can surely attain freedom from the vicious cycle of birth and death in this very life. We all know that this world is full of stress because it is a place of dualities, kabhi khushi, kabhi gum. And Krishna is teaching us the technique to become stress free by giving us the clarity of doing each and every work. This is truly called the art of smart work, by which we can become permanently happy and satisfied. I bow down to Srila Prabhupada and my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Harimohan Prabhuji. By their causeless mercy, we are being able to understand the most secretive knowledge of Bhagavad Gita and apply it in our lives so that we can become permanently satisfied, happy, and focus on the main aim of human life, and that is God realization, self realization. And by doing it, we can come out of the endless cycle of birth and death. Now, in the next verse, Krishna is going to teach us something very, very new. And to know that, please be connected with me. And till then, continue chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, read Bhagavad Gita, listen to the videos, and share it with others, as this is the only way we can do good to the humanity. Please do write your comments, and in case you have any questions, you may write it in the comment box, and I will surely try to answer by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and my Shiksha Guru, His Grace Harimohan Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare